Hold on. Hello everyone and welcome to another summary edition of Beer Sweden TV. Now, I'm really looking forward to this episode, Trev, actually. I really am, because we're not going to be tasting anything you can buy from the Systembolaget today, and that's pretty unusual because kind of one of the things about Beer Sweden TV is that we try the beers that you can buy, whether it's in the Systembolaget or whether it's down the pub, down at the bars and the pubs around Sweden. But essentially you've got to be able to go out there and be able to try them, otherwise I kind of feel that I'm teasing you a little bit. But having said that, there's a lot of people that brew their own beer that actually follow Beer Sweden TV day in, day out, and they constantly chipping in with some fantastic comments. And I've been very lucky that actually a few of these people have sent me bottles of beer and asked me to give them a review. Now I love this. This is sort of beer 101, back to basics, because there's a very strong, very rich, very creative home brewing scene here in Sweden. And let's not underestimate that, because a lot of these people, a lot of these brewers that start, you know, mixing and mashing in their kitchens in saucepans, that go on to sort of catch the bug and trade up and become proper brewers, should we say proper brewers, but you know, commercial brewers in microbreweries, in breweries across the country. So it really is where the, you know, the sort of front line of brewing, beer brewing, really happens. So I'm delighted to be able to, in this show, focus a little bit on a couple of beers that I've recently received. And when I say recently, I mean like in the last 24 hours. Now this is like doing, Trev, in a way, a blind tasting, but without the blindfold on. I have not got a clue what these beers are like. I'm hoping that they're going to be good, because I don't really want to sort of spit them out in front of thousands of people, particularly because the two brewers in question have come a long way and put a real effort into sending the bottles here, but I kind of doubt it. I think I'm going to enjoy them. I love the stories behind them. Now there are two beers. The first one is from a guy called Robert, or Robert. Can you see that one? Now I picked this one up yesterday from the post office, and to be honest with you, Trev, I haven't got a clue, other than the fact it's from a guy called Robert, from Sundsvall, or Närsta, which is near Sundsvall. Other than that, I haven't got a clue what it's about. Robert, if you're watching this, please post underneath this on the blog some details about this beer, what you were thinking when you brewed it, you know, what sort of ingredients are in it, because I haven't got a clue. All I can read here is that it's called High Violet, it's an American pale ale, it's 6.2% in terms of alcohol, and it contains water, yeah, malt, hops, sugar and yeast. Okay, well that's great news, but I need to know a little bit more perhaps. Okay, so I would really appreciate it if you can dip back into the blog and let us know what it's about. Other than that, I haven't got a phone number, I haven't got an email. This is a bottle out the blue, Trev. Love it. Great little story. The second one we're going to try, I know a little bit more about. This one is called Vansinnes Porter, which actually means, it's a Swedish, the first part of it, means crazy porter. And it's crazy because, I'll tell you why, it's actually an oak-aged, smoke and whiskey infused imperial porter. Yeah? It's got an original gravity of 1,133. It is over 12% in the bottle, Trev. This is dangerous stuff. Not really the sort of beer that you'd probably be popping open on a day like today, but hey, we're going to do it anyway. And the ingredients here: water, wheat, malted barley, hops, sugar, raisins, whiskey, wheat, coffee, and a little bit of craziness just thrown in at the end there for added measure. Love it. Okay, now let's start with the first one. Can you hear that? Lots of pressure there, a little bit of gun smoke. Can you see that? Lovely stuff. So this is the American Pale Ale. Now in terms of colour, a little bit cloudy, but that's perfectly acceptable and probably expected actually in home brews, because of course the filtration process, if there is one, is pretty raw. Let's give it a whirl, Trev. I'm loving all this. Let's give it a whirl. Homebrew, people, this is where the rubber really meets the road. Oh, huge. Oh, grapefruit. Now, and we say grapefruit, we bandy that term around a lot. This is grapefruit. Oh, this is the most grapefruity grapefruit smell I've smelt in a beer, I have to say, that I can recall for the last year or two. Lovely, lovely grapefruit hit to this one. The juice of a yellow grapefruit squeezed into this beer. This is, Trev, you know you want to come up. Try this. Try it. And talk to me about grapefruits and fruit, fresh fruit. It really is.
Oh, that's nice.
Incredibly fresh. Don't drink it all. Don't drink it all. Give it back.
I don't want...
No, give it back. Come on, give it a go. Now, Robert, whoever you are, the mystery Robert.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't it good? Isn't it good?
Mm.
See, this is what I mean. You can produce quality beer. I'm talking about beer that can knock the pants off some of the stuff that you could buy in a Systembolaget. You can brew it at home. And this, I promise, if I could grab you and thrust your nose into this, you'd get excited. This is incredibly good stuff. Incredibly good stuff. Robert, send more, please. More supplies. High Violet.
Give him a rating.
Rating 4. 4 out of 5. Now the next one, how long have I got, Trev? A little bit. The next one is from a gentleman that came to my front door last night. Oh my goodness. He came to my door last night with, say, a rucksack full of beer, and this is the one that he gave to me, along with some others, which I will be reviewing. Now, the guy's name is called Rickard, and he's basically a very sort of fanatical and enthusiastic home brewer who's doing a little bit of what do you call it, internship at Sigtuna right now, Sigtuna Brewery, or Brughus, one of my favourite brewers. So really is getting into it and training up to become a full-time brewer. Look at this, look. Oh, I tell you what, this is engine oil. Look at it, thick, menacing, lovely stuff. We'll clean that up later, Trev. Now I'm going to read very quickly, and it has to be quick, what's behind this beer, because he's given me a few tasting notes. We'll see whether they're true. This porter, he says, is very strong. Yeah, well, go figure, 12% plus. It's brewed with Scottish peat, smoked malt, English chocolate malt, and English brown malt. Okay. Some people would call it imperial stout. He likes to call it an imperial porter due to the use of chocolate malt and brown malt in the absence of black malt or roasted barley. The base of the beer is about the same composition as a traditional German Maibock or Maibock, so it brings the malty side out of this beer, I'd suggest. The hops used are Fuggles and East Kent Goldings, two of Rickard's favourite hops, and it has lots. It has 4 grams of Fuggles, and 4 grams of East Kent Goldings per litre. The beer is then spiced with raisins, coffee, bourbon, Irish wheat, and oak aged with oak chips. Right, okay, I mean, we're talking massively complex. Let's see, how long have I got, Trev? Let's see whether the beer, again, blown away. I mean, look at it. Can you see it? I mean, it really does. I mean, I'm trying to think of a reference. I mean, it is thick. It's incredibly, I mean, it's not even tan head. It is a chocolate coloured head to it. You're getting definitely some whiskey hit. You're getting chocolate, dark, bitter chocolate, rums, raisins. This is very, very dark and menacing stuff. Smoke, charcoal, burnt wood. It's all there. Sweetness as well. Actually, it's got a lot of residual sweetness in it now. This is the sort of thing I think that if you lay this one down cellar it for at least 4 or 5 plus years, it's going to age beautifully. So there we have it. Rickard, Robert, 2 guys, home brewers that have produced 2 exceptionally good quality beers. Rating wise, I'm going to give this one absolute 4. These are 2 4s in one show, Trev, and they're not even available at Systembolaget. This is home brewers. Love you guys. Well done for doing what you're doing. Carry on doing it. I'm going to have a lot of fun with your beers. I don't know if I'm going to drink this one too much now. Actually, I am. Screw it. Say screw it. I can't say that. Can I on BeerSwedenTV? I'm also going to pour a little bit of this one up as well. Lovely stuff. So, until next time. Cheers and beers.